One more area that I hope nation states start paying greater attention to is the rise of cryptocurrency, because what looks like a very interesting and somewhat exotic effort to literally mine new coins in order to trade with them has the potential for undermining currencies, for undermining the role of the dollar as the reserve currency, for destabilizing nations, perhaps starting with small ones, but going much larger. So when we think about this new environment in which we find ourselves that we've been discussing for the last some minutes, we can't just think about nation states.
How optimistic are you on the regulatory front here in the U.S.?
So I feel like we need to get something done here in the U.S. in order for us to really set the standard, if we want to set the standard, which I think the U.S. government is going to want to do that. So I'm very optimistic that we're going to get something on stablecoins by the end of the year. And the reason why is because we don't have a choice. If we want to have a voice in this, we need to get it done this year. Well, we've actually already seen the Biden administration indicate, at least on stablecoins, that we need to see something happen there. So I feel like that's already been a directive from the White House and the administration. And then we do need to see in Congress, we need to see them take that and run with it and create something for us. So they're in charge of the legislation with respect to stablecoins, in my opinion. And we need to see it because once we see stablecoin legislation, we're going to see adoption of more, by digital assets, of more companies that are in the Web 2 space, which is essentially what I think we want. If we want a strong U.S. dollar, and we want a strong U.S. dollar globally, U.S. dollar stablecoin is a way to see that happen.
So I put $10,000 into the bank, they take my $10,000 and they go get $100,000. They borrow it from the Fed window. They get 10 times the amount of our deposits that we put into the bank. They then get 10 times the amount. They then take that 10 times the amount and they put it into treasury bonds or something else that's going to give them a yield of 7% or 6%. While they pay us what? 0.0000 nothing percent. Right. And then what happens? We get hip to it and say, hey, Mr. Silicon Valley Bank, can I have my money back? Oh, we don't have it right now. I want my money back. I don't have it. Everybody, I want my money back. Give us our money back. Hold on. We got to go sell the treasury bonds that we invested in that now are upside down because the rates are through the roof. And I don't have your money. So what has to happen to their Ponzi scheme that I would have went to jail if I did that? They get bailed out. Mr. Biden comes up and says, oh, I'm going to print more money. I wonder why he's going to print more money. To devalue your dollar even more. Because guess what they're doing next to you? They're going to centralize banking. They're going to own crypto. They're going to regulate everything to be digital. So this is the first step to doing it. And they're going to own us. We got to wake up because that's what's happening. And next, there's a war going to go on between China or between Russia, and we're right in the middle. Right? And then you look at these companies like BlackRock. Does anybody ever hear of BlackRock? Or Vanguard? Oh, how coincidental. Since 9/11, you own everything. You own everything. You own Pfizer. You own Moderna. Just coincidentally, but we don't know who the hell you are. You're never on TV. But you own Apple. You own Facebook. So you own everybody's identities, all everybody's information. You own Smith & Wesson. You own manufacturers of guns. We're going to war. It just seems you're everywhere at the right time to make all the money. And you're the biggest company in the world, but you're never on the news. We never hear about you. Yeah, man, we got serious problems.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event, and now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But of course, you have to do your own research. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and cryptos flat. But guys, we know over the last couple of days, Bitcoin and crypto got a decent pump. Now, guys, we know CME is open tonight, so we know it's going to move the market. And then in the morning, once yield rates start moving, we know the market is going to start moving. So don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates on Friday start to move up, but we know they're well off the highs. We had the dollar move up, but again, well off the highs. We have volume and cryptos are very low. And then, of course, guys, we have Tether and USDC. And we have Circle exec to join U.S. Congressional Committee hearing on stablecoin payments and legislation. So we have Circle, the chosen one, back in the movie. Because we know anytime they come in front of Congress, it is all scripted. And we have U.S. Congress to introduce new draft bill for stablecoins. And guys, we know stablecoins and CBDCs are illegal. Unfortunately, the masses are asleep. They want to create a cashless society. And we have Danielle Dixon state if the U.S. wants to have a strong dollar, they have to have stablecoin regulation. And we know the reason why she's saying that is because of the fourth industrial revolution. All the countries that rely on the dollar now will have their own stable coin or CBDC. So the reliance on the US dollar is going to be over. And guys, we see Ripple, XRP, and XLM embedding themselves in the emerging market. And we know why. That's where the digital transformation is going to rise. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, don't forget about the Fed repo at $2.2 trillion. And we have the central banks moving in lockstep, raising rates and running off the balance sheet. So therefore, they can destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And right now, majority of the central banks are going to start pausing, but we know they're going to keep these rates higher for longer until they destroy this legacy market. And you listen to the teacher at the beginning of this video telling the agenda when it comes to the Fed and moving over to crypto. And we know he's exactly right, but he left out one thing, the fourth industrial revolution. They want the machines to take over. Why do they want the machines to take over? Because it takes all the power out of humanity. If you allow the government to feed you, they're going to starve you. So how do you cause depopulation? This is the perfect way. You allow humanity to destroy themselves. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we had Grayscale on Friday at about 26.1 billion. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have BlockSec launches collaborative testing toolkit for private fork chains. And that's on Ethereum's mainnet. And as supercomputers start to enter, guys, we know security has to be stepped up. Now we have Cardano developer IOG releases Lace wallet, boosting Cardano's ecosystem. And Cardano doesn't get a lot of press, but we constantly see them building, and we see their foundation in the emerging markets, mainly Africa. And then lastly, guys, we have the Fed, Jerome Powell, and PBOC Yin Gang hold first one-on-one talk since 2020, guys. And of course, it was behind the curtain at the IMF spring meeting. And guys, we see our own central bank, the Fed, take down the dollar. We witness it right in front of our eyes. And then also we see us helping the BRICS nations, China rise, the dragon, along with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. So that's letting you know that it was all planned. Get in the lab, guys, because we know a crisis is around the corner. So therefore, they can turn on this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.